Hi guys, my name's Tatiana and this is my mom Tammy, and we're both UNI Panther teachers and big time travel enthusiasts. Now, our teaching stories might look a little different than what you're used to, so let me explain. Starting with my mom. She graduated UNI in 1988, and after working a couple years out in Clinton, Iowa, she packed up and flew all the way across the world to Tanzania. And there she taught at an international school for 5 years before her and my dad moved down to Mozambique, which is another country in East Africa. And now, where my parents moved in Mozambique, my mom quickly saw that there was a need for a primary school within the community. She had a wild dream of starting her own, and as the determined person she is, paired with my dad's "you dream it, we build it" attitude, BIP's Beira International Primary School was born. From a small start on just the bottom floor of their house with just 3 students, quickly grew into a 2-room schoolhouse, and then from just early elementary students to all elementary students. Quickly outgrowing their house, her and her students moved into a building of their own, where my dad built a playground, they started a community garden, got chickens and ducks, and so much more. And now the story doesn't just stop there, because after my parents had my 2 siblings and I, we moved back to Tanzania, and that's where we were raised, with my mom working again at the same international school that she started her overseas journey with. And now flash forward 16 years later, when little did she know her middle daughter, me, was not only crazy enough to follow in her footsteps of becoming a teacher, but also follow her footsteps back to the school she started in Mozambique. Now, my college experience has been nothing shy of a wild adventure of its own, including studying abroad in 2 different countries, traveling to 16 countries, 5 of which I solo backpacked, 2 of which I presented at conferences in, and lastly, 2 of which I student taught in. Needless to say, it's been a whirlwind of its own, but one of my favorite adventures being the fact that I got to go back and teach at the very school in Mozambique that my mom started all those years ago. And yes, now things had changed a lot in those 25 years, but it was so incredibly special to see what an awesome school it had turned into and what a beautiful legacy she'd left behind. And after finishing the first half of my placement there, I moved to Lusaka, Zambia, where I finished my student teaching and graduated. And now, yes, as you might have guessed, my travel journey doesn't stop here, and in just under a month, I'll be off on the other side of the world again, teaching this time in Australia, which I am so extremely excited about. But I just wanted to share our story to encourage all future teachers to stay open to any and all opportunities, because look, Iowa, yes, it's amazing, but remember, the world is big, there's so much to explore, and community can be found or built anywhere.